How's it going, everybody? So, I don't really have a topic for today. I mean, I said what I wanted to say yesterday. What should I talk about? I don't know. This hat makes me look like one of those guys from Monty Python, the Knights that go knee. Rest assured, I'm not farting in your general direction. Those of you guys who know what I'm talking about. So, when is this all going to end? We've got about 0 deaths from this new thing. 0. A total of 0. They closed down some of these countries. They disallowed entry from some of these countries. My friends, this is a spiritual war. We understand that. This is a spiritual war. And unfortunately, as I always say, I'm watching some of my fellow Jews and some of my fellow Torah Jews, supposedly, allegedly. Without going any further, I'm just going to say that, I was wondering for a very long time, what is it going to be? What's going to be the thing that gets all these people to do tshuva, to connect to Hashem? And what I didn't realize is that there were people who were already connected to Hashem. They just didn't know it. And most of these people don't even keep Shabbat, don't even keep kosher. They don't even know anything about the Torah, but they are connected to Hashem, and I've met many of them. I talk to these people every day, and then there are people who learn Torah, keep kosher, keep Shabbat, and I don't know what's going on with them. The lights are on, but ain't nobody home. The lights are on, ain't nobody home, and they learn Torah with the best of them, and they know everything, and they are very connected to serious teachers and serious rabbis, but I don't know what's going on with these people. They have turned the you-know-what into Avodah Zarah, into idol worship. They're worshiping everything but Hashem. And if you want to tell me, or if they want to say, well, Hashem is the one that gave us the you-know-what, and we should be thankful, and, I know people, my friends, again, I know people that said Hallel on this stuff. Shechianu on this stuff. I mean, you gotta be so deluded. D-E-L-U-D-E-D. You gotta be so deluded. My friends, this is a spiritual war, and now we are seeing, who passes the test. Who is passing the test. Not only that, guys, some people, I'll tell you, it's not that they didn't pass the test, and it's not that they're not connected to Hashem. I think a lot of them just got duped. They got spooked. They want to, whatever they call, live their life. My friend is saying, as the rabbi says, Rabbi Kessin, in most recent shiur, God will at some point just suspend the demands of justice when he simply decides that Rachamim overrides the demands of justice. He'll have had enough. Yeah, I mean, like right now there's a din that needs to be exacted, right? So there's a whole heshbon account that needs to be settled for some people, for the world, for individuals. Hashgacha pratis, hashgacha klalis, whatever it is. Personal supervision, global supervision. There's things that need to be, exacted. But at some point, he's going to suspend that and have rachamim. The question is when. The question, guys, is when? When is Hashem going to have rachamim on us? Because at some point, we see that this Omicron thing is BS. It's overhyped BS. We see that people are just kind of like not even. Nobody really cares. Some people care, kind of. They see the jig is up. Even the people who took 2 and 3 and whatever it is, they see that the jig is up. You know, they see what's going on, and I think that now, because we see what's going on, the people who are conning us and the people who are getting us to do what they want us to do, they have to tighten the the vice grip. They have to tighten the clamps. They're gonna try, guys. They're gonna try. But Baruch Hashem, at least in places like America, we people have what they have, and you're not just going to come to their house and force them to do what you want them to do. Because if you try it, it's going to be a bad result. Let's put it that way, guys. I'm talking in code. I'm talking very, in a parv way. But I think you know what I'm talking about, okay? The mistake that was made by the citizens in Australia, a place like Australia, for example, was the fact that they don't have any of these things in their possession, and therefore the government can do whatever it wants to them. Come try that here. In places like Texas, Louisiana, most places in Middle America and the South, come try it. Come try it. I want to see what happens. But guys, with that said, things have to be done on a physical plane to mitigate what needs to be mitigated. But ultimately, this is a spiritual battle. And these people the people that are trying to make us do what they want us to do, they don't understand that a lot of us we don't answer to them. We don't answer to them. We answer to a higher power. We do what we need to do. If something has to shalom happens health-wise, we do what we need to do. We take care of ourselves. Baruch Hashem, there are things that work. They do work. We know they work because they're very cheap and they've been stomped out by the powers that be. But yeah, guys, we just have to realize more and more that this is a spiritual war. Not only it's a spiritual war, it's happening for the purpose of some sort of spiritual elevation. We are now heading into the next level. Some of us realize it, some of us don't. But regardless, I think in a couple of months we're going to come out of this, let's say, for good. We're going to come out of it for good. If it's not going to happen in a couple of months, it's going to happen in a little bit less than a year. Yeah, guys, and the people that are, like Lubavitcher Rebbe said, he said that there's not going to be another Shoah. There's not going to be another one. But the same people that tried it last time, they're going to try it again. And they're not going to succeed this time. They're not going to succeed. They're trying, guys. You see that they're trying. They don't want there to be people on this planet, or as many as there are. They don't need that many people, these guys. The ones that are claiming to come and help us. They don't really need us. They want to automate everything, They don't need us. It's too many of us. Why do you think one of them just bought a ton of farmland? He wants to shove his garbage down our throats. Not going to happen. But you have to understand, these are the people that are trying to run things. They're telling us openly. I don't know, I just feel like some people, or half the people, are not listening. they're not listening. They're not paying attention. They're living in an alternate reality. They're getting their news from a box on the screen. You know, guys, I was watching today a clip from a movie. I forget the name of the movie. It's from 1976. And the guy's giving a speech, and he's talking about how, like, he said that when was the last generation that didn't get their information from this box? You know? I mean, it's amazing what they say on the box, and it's amazing the stuff people will just believe, as opposed to actually going to look at data and knowing how to read the data, which says, you know, if you go to the UK, 90% of the place took the you know what. All the people that are in the hospitals are full of you know what. You look at this cruise ship, everybody on the cruise ship is you know what, has taken the you know what, and a bunch of people got sick. My friends, I mean, I've spoken to doctors who have told me this stuff weakens your immune system. That's what they've told me. Unfortunately, no one listens to those doctors, right? Because those guys are considered quacks, even though there's so many of them and they're just afraid to speak out because they don't want to lose their job. You know, my friends, I was talking to my friend Ephraim, and he said, you know, there's nothing worse than people who, he put it in a very kind of crass terms, but basically people who worship their job or worship their career. You know, there's nothing worse for a person than to have a career to lose. You know what I mean? Because you can't just stand up for what you want to stand up for. Why? Because you got to feed your kids. Ephraim told me, well, you have to have kids in order to feed them. Your kids have to be alive in order for them to get fed. But if you're giving them the you know what, and they're going to be God knows what from the you know what, then you ain't got no kids to feed anyway. So what the hell's the point of you keeping your thing, your job, you know, and shutting your mouth? You understand, my friends? People keep talking about, I want to go here, I wanted to be able to go there, I couldn't stay home, I could not see this, I could not see this person. My friends, again, you are in Normandy. You are on the beaches of Normandy. The people who are on the beaches of Normandy cannot just live life as it was, as is. You are in a war. Yes, conditions have to change. You have to augment the way you operate based on the conditions on the ground. I mean, it's reality, my friends. Some people have woken up to it. Other people are just out to lunch. And unfortunately, this is what the powers are preying on. They're preying on us. Praying, not praying, because they don't believe in God. I don't know who they pray to. Satan, I don't know who. But praying, P-R-E-Y. Like we're the prey, and they're predators, right? They're banking on the fact that we are comfortable. That we are comfortably numb and comfortably asleep. And that's basically it, guys. And that we won't want to live life as it was. But my friends, in a few months, we're going to realize that it's not about that. It's about elevating to the next stage of human development and the next stage of our spiritual and, just personal development as a species. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. That's all she wrote. I don't know who she is, but she wrote it. And, I guess for somebody who didn't have a topic, whatever. It be what it be, it do what it do. Alright, guys, catch you on the flip side. Oh, 1 second. My friend is saying many more have to be brought to a place where authority has no more substance or sway for them. Yeah, listen. I've had people tell me, you know, this has to pass through the right testing and official protocol and this and that, and I'm just kind of like, why are you putting stock into these things? See, there's only one authority to trust, and too many are still far from seeing it. My favorite quote is, there's no such thing as a virus, only God's will in the form of a virus. Yeah, my friends, listen. the end of the day, all these institutions, anytime somebody tells me about institutions and anything officialdom, and people with degrees and people with, they spent their whole lives doing this and researching that and going here and going. It doesn't mean anything to me. You can spend your whole life doing X, Y, and Z, but if you haven't have a bit of seichel and common sense in your head to understand that there's a problem, and all you could look at is people's degrees on the wall and your own ego, I got nothing to say to you. That's basically it, guys. Anyway, thank you for your input, my friends, and B'ezrat Hashem, more people will start waking up if they haven't already, and if they don't, in the words of Rabbi Mizrahi, you're gonna get the shock of your life. All right, guys, talk to you soon.